Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dr. Lee Horan with Ignite Chiropractic, and I'm going to talk about how you can improve your cardiovascular system without diet, exercise, pills, or supplements. And the answer is not magic, although it basically should be considered magic, because your body is not designed to need a whole lot in order to survive. If you really think about it, we really just need the bare necessities, which is, you put food in our body, get air in our lungs, and you kind of get up and you walk around and things should work. The thing is, that's in our society today not as simple as life is. Life tends to throw a lot at us. We have the stress of work, we're traveling, we have bills to pay, we have children to raise, we have spouses in our lives who are phenomenal, but also take up sometimes a little bit of time and energy as well. And so we can't just go into a cave and ignore the world as it is, because one, that would be just terribly boring and sucky. But on the flip side of that, who could actually do that? So what we're actually talking about is when your body is in harmony. And when your body is in harmony, it means your brain is connected to your heart, your brain is connected to every cell inside of your body. And when it is disconnected, because clearly at all times there's got to be some level of connectivity, otherwise we'd all be paralyzed. But what happens is we can lose some of that proper signaling. We can lose some of that proper communication. When that happens, our body is going to function less than optimally. It just makes sense, right? I mean, that's 5-year-old logic at that point. Now, what we see in our office all the time is people that are coming in and they have lost that natural connection from their brain to their heart, their brain to their stomach, their brain to the muscles in their body, their brain to every cell. And we're made up of 100 trillion cells, a lot of cells. And it's amazing that our brain is literally coordinating everything with every single one of those cells. And that's why majority of what's happening inside of us, we can't think about it. We can't be in control of it. It's literally nature. Nature is taking over, and it's just automatically happening. The thing is, when you start to pinch off that communication, you're literally pinching off the life force that is inside of your body. So how that relates to the cardiovascular system is that when your brain starts to be disconnected, all those automatic functions that the body is supposed to be doing, controlling the rate and rhythm of your heart, your blood pressure, basically the size of the blood vessels and how they're contracting, whether or not they are inflamed, all of that is being controlled by your non-thinking mind, right? But it's through that part of your brain that's controlling everything. And when we're able to remove that interference from your body to your brain, then what happens is you have an improvement in your cardiovascular system. You'll actually start to feel and function better. We see this when people are coming in and they're actually coming off of blood pressure medications. I've talked about this several times this month, being February. We got hearts over here behind me because of Valentine's Day. But besides the fact that we got hearts, this is a huge change in people's lives that is important to realize, because so many people they think that, okay, well, maybe if I change exercise, which is going to be an improvement, yes, it will be an improvement, and if they are taking blood pressure medications, then that should help. If they're eating right, like all those things, which are absolutely factors, will improve the system. But despite all that, a lot of people are exercising, they are eating right, and they're still having a disconnection, and their body still isn't working the way that it's supposed to. And that is a frustrating thing where it's like, man, I'm trying all these things and I'm not getting the results that I'm looking for. And then they come and they come to a chiropractor of all people, and they're shocked. They're like, are you kidding me? Like, I thought you guys were just for back pain and neck pain. And suddenly they're coming off of blood pressure medication, their blood pressure is lowering, they're coming off of other heart meds, and it's kind of mind-boggling. But it's not if you just think about how simple the body really is. There's millions and millions of things that are happening behind the scenes, and we're not thinking to control it. It just happens automatically. And that's what we do in our office, is we allow that automatic processing to work by removing the obstruction that might be putting pressure on those nerves. And when that happens, we let your body do its thing. When your body does its thing, it works. When it works, you have health. When you're healthy, you're happier. When you're happier, you do things, you treat people better. We had a guy yesterday say, this is weird. He'd been getting adjusted for about 6 months now. He's like, this is crazy. He tells me a story about how he was at another doctor's office and he basically would have blown up at them because of what happened. It was a situation where, he, without getting into all the details, he felt slighted, and it felt like the situation was handled wrong. Regardless of that, that wasn't his intention. His intention was, like he said, I was that guy who would have just completely blown my top in that situation, and I would have let them, give them a piece of my mind. I would have wanted to talk to their upper level management, and then just kind of like chew them up one side and down the other. And he said, and I started laughing, and not laughing out of like about to go into a fit of rage, laughing because he would just, he blew that situation off. And then it wasn't until he was leaving that he thought to himself, you know what? I am changing. My mood is changing. My ability to process and handle stress is significantly changed. He's like, I would have never been like that before I started getting adjusted. And so he shared that, and just, it was one of those amazing experiences to see as a chiropractor when someone tells me what we see kind of in people's lives a lot. But not everyone has those light bulb moments where it goes off, because we can see personalities change, and sometimes you can't see your own personality change as easy as somebody else can. So when we're connecting you from your brain back to your body back to the brain, you have that life force energy that is able to express itself, really heal you of anything, and get you back to normal. And normal is great, guys. Normal is where you want to be, because normal is in balance and harmony with nature. So share this with anybody who is like stressed out, or perhaps they're having issues with their heart. They're on blood pressure medication, or really maybe they just have a lot of stress that's going on, because you have no idea how important this might be to that person who is looking for it. I believe that everybody can use it, but people are ready at different times, and sometimes it's just that right nugget of information that'll help them to take the right action for their health. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Again, this is Dr. Lee Horan with Ignite Chiropractic.